It was a dark and quiet night. Everything was so still. You could hear the sound of bats flying overhead. You were walking through the woods, looking for your house. You had been lost for hours, and you had no idea where you were. The air was starting to get cold, and you were starting to feel scared. You were alone in the woods, and there was no one to see you. Suddenly, you heard a noise. It was a muffled sound, like the sound of someone talking. You stopped walking and listened. The sound was coming from the trees in front of you. You took a deep breath and stepped forward. When you reached the trees, you saw something. There was a person sitting on the ground. He was covering his head with his hands, and he wasn't moving. You walked up to him and put your hand on his shoulder. "Are you okay?" you asked. The man looked up at you. His face was paled, and his eyes were large and empty. "Help me," he said. "They're chasing me." You didn't know what to say. You hadn't seen anyone else around. "Who's chasing you?" you asked. "I don't know," he said, "but they've been chasing me for hours." You looked around, but there was no one there. "I don't see anyone," you said. "They're here," he said. "I'm telling you, they're here." The man started to shake, and his eyes were large and empty. "Help me," he said. "Please, help me." You didn't know what to do. You were scared, but you didn't want to leave the man alone. "Okay," you said, "I'll help you." You took the man's hand and helped him